How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I am back, but this time I am not doing ranked match videos. I actually just wanna talk a bit about all things we know about Dragon Ball, the series, like the anime series, the anime movies, the games the information that we have so far, which is not a lot because I have been wanting to do this video for a very, very long time, but I actually just wanted to first get as much factual information as possible, but they haven't been giving us all that much. So I'm gonna start off by talking about the anime, specifically the movie is coming out in 2022. When they interviewed Toriyama and they asked him questions about the movie, and he said he doesn't want to reveal too much, but what he will say is that we will be very, very surprised on who the characters is going to be in that movie, and that has raised a lot of speculation. But before I get to the movie, the anime series was scheduled to come out the end of July this month, yes, but the problem is it hasn't been confirmed yet. So with it not being confirmed, I'm not 100% certain that maybe they just decided to do the movie instead and not do the series anymore, which I do hope is not true, because I have read the Dragon Ball Super manga of the Broly, and well, it's very interesting and it seems like it could be very, very, very entertaining. But now to get back on the movie, Toriyama was also interviewed on another occasion. They asked the question, which character does he like the most in Dragon Ball, but the character that he didn't create? That will obviously mean all the Broly movies, all the Janemba, the Fusion Reborn, Dragon's Wrath, and all that. And he actually said something very interesting. He said that Charlotte is actually his favorite character, which is from the Dragon Ball Legends game. And but I very, very highly doubt that he will be in the anime movie coming out next year, because in the Dragon Ball Legends game he is actually portrayed as a good guy, so he will not be a villain. To put him into the movie, I don't think it would be a very smart move, but he is the creator, not me. Maybe he finds a way to work him into it. But at the same time, when they released the news of the movie coming out in 2022, they actually released an action figure of Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which would be very, very entertaining to see. Maybe they're gonna decide to make Super Saiyan 4 canon, I do not know. But the speculation that I have is that they're probably gonna put in Cooler. And the reason why I say Cooler is because you saw what happened to Frieza. You saw after in Resurrection F, especially in Resurrection F, you saw what happened to Frieza. He got bodied by Goku, he got bodied by Vegeta, then he went to the Tournament of Power, and Toppo basically just destroyed him, as you would say. Toppo punched this guy so hard that, well, I don't even know the words to put it, because he punched him right in the stomach when like you could see his hand coming out in his back, but his hand didn't go through his body, so his whole intestines is messed up after that. So and then he crushed Toppo crushed Frieza's head with one hand, and you're supposed to see how the guy's brain looked. Just watch the Tournament of Power again. if you get the chance, and then you will see what I mean. And then he thought it would be all over, but no, it got worse from there. Because then when him and Goku charged Jiren, he charged Jiren first, and Jiren just took him by the face and slammed him into the ground. And that was just pure power. And then it got even worse in the Broly movie, when Broly was beating Frieza's ass for an hour, getting a whooping from the legendary Super Saiyan, even going golden, but still not doing enough, and still getting his ass beat by Broly. That was just that was just way too much for Frieza to handle. And I do think that Frieza needs more than a new transformation, that they will actually need help, and the help that they could be getting is Cooler. And the reason why I say Cool is because Cool is his brother and all that, but he's also non-canon at the moment. They could actually still make him canon. And yeah, if he should be in the movie, it would be actually a pretty good movie. It would be fun. Like maybe Frieza finally realizes that he needs help to defeat the Saiyans, because all the Saiyans, the pure-blooded Saiyans that's alive between Goku, Vegeta and Broly, they all messed him up already. Even though he killed each and every single one of their fathers, he killed Paragus, he killed King Vegeta, and he killed Bardock. So he killed Goku's father, Vegeta's father, and Broly's father as well. But to get off that point, basically all the pure-blooded Saiyans that's alive at the moment, besides Starbo, Vegeta's younger brother, besides Starbo, and yes, he is canon because he was actually mentioned in the Battle of the Gods movie. If you don't remember, just go rewatch the Battle of the Gods movie where Beerus first appeared, and then you will hear Bulma asking Vegeta where is his brother, because they need another Saiyan to get Goku to become Super Saiyan God, and that didn't happen. But in any case, the three main Saiyans that's still around is Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, the pure-blooded Saiyans. And all three of them, they beat Frieza's ass, they whooped him so hard. And like, I actually feel like he needs help, that Frieza will have to come to the realization that they won't be able to defeat the Saiyans on his own. So I think he's gonna need help, and I think Cool will be the one to give him that help, and then maybe he would have to just go to Cooler and ask for help, and then Cooler being obviously the much the older brother, the stronger brother as well. So I think he should have a new form as well. He shouldn't just get the Golden Cooler, because that would just be dumb. I think he should get another transformation, more badass looking transformation maybe, along the lines of what happened in the first Cooler movie, along those lines. But yeah, that is all the information that I have on the movie. They said, they said in 2.5 weeks there will be a Comic-Con in USA, so they will be revealing maybe a trailer. They said they were revealing something of the movie at Comic-Con in the next 2.5 weeks. So yeah, I do not know what they're gonna reveal. They're gonna reveal a villain, they're gonna reveal a trailer and all that. But yeah, that's basically all the information we have on the movies. They're just basically just not giving us that much. And I actually just want to go over to the games portion. Oh, one more thing. I have mentioned that I read the manga, and bruh, if they decide not to include what's happening in the manga into an anime series, which they should do, into an anime series, which I believe they actually should do, is because there's too much to unpack in the that I've seen in the manga, that's happening in the manga right now, to fit into one movie. Maybe they can put into part of the movie or all that, but I actually believe that they should keep the series just going as is. Start from Broly again, go on to Moro and Granola and all that. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but the manga is pretty awesome. And I didn't even mean to read the manga, I just happened to come across the manga, and then I decided I'm going to read it. So yeah, basically that I have of the anime. They didn't give a lot of information, and we don't have a lot of information at the moment, but I actually do hope that the anime is gonna come out the end of this month. I really do hope that, because I have been missing Dragon Ball for so long. They can't keep me hanging until next year for the movie. But that's all I have on that. Now I just want to talk about the Dragon Ball games at the moment. I'm gonna start off with Xenoverse 2, and I'm not a Xenoverse fan. I don't play Xenoverse. I actually enjoyed part 1 way more than I enjoyed 2, and part 2 just didn't live up to part 1 for me. But that is my opinion, and I do not play Xenoverse. But there's unfortunately bad news for people that does play Xenoverse, that there will not be a Xenoverse 3. I know some of you may be crying inside right now, but they have released a new DLC, which is going to be featuring Goku Ultra Instinct Sign, where he's just about to go Ultra Instinct, but his hair would still be black with his shirt on. Not this Ultra Instinct that you see on screen right now. That's not the Ultra Instinct Sign, it's the Master Ultra Instinct. But in any case, he will be in Xenoverse 2, and most people have been saying that it will be just a copy and paste of Ultra Instinct, which I do not believe will happen, because if that should happen, that would not be very smart from the creators of, well, Xenoverse. It would not be very smart of them to just copy and paste, and then we're gonna get, okay, not we, the people that's playing Xenoverse 2 will also get a full powered Jiren. Jiren with his shirt off, with the red aura all around him. They're gonna get all that. But I'm not actually, like I said, I'm not much of a Xenoverse fan. I don't play Xenoverse, so there's not much for me to talk about Xenoverse. Like, it doesn't excite me. But what I really wanted to talk about was Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is the game you currently see on screen. This is actually the game that I actually really wanted to talk about, because this game is getting a patch update in the middle of August. Now there is still a tournament coming up the 1st of August. You can check the link in one of my previous videos in the description to see if you qualify to enter the tournament, and I do not, which is pretty sad. But that aside, the patch that's coming the mid of August will see a lot of changes to characters in the new patch. We're gonna get God Cancel in the air after that patch, so that is pretty fun to know that you're gonna have a lot of other characters, not a lot of other characters, but the same characters, but with not different moves, but people will get buffed, people will get nerfed. And now I want to talk about the person that everybody has been talking about getting a nerf in the next patch update, which is Z Broly. Now I understand where people is coming from, but I mean, it's Z Broly, and like I actually went back to watch the first Broly movie, the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, the one with Vegeta go to his new planet and all that, right? But now after watching that movie, I know why Broly is the way Z Broly is, because in the movie he was actually really dominant, and he was giving them the second worst whooping in anime history. Now the reason why I say that is, you need to go watch it again, because I'm just gonna talk about some of the stuff that I've seen and some of the stuff that has been seen in the movie. I'm not gonna show you the clips. You're just gonna have to go watch the movie on your own. and I haven't watched it since I was a teenager until I watched it now again recently. This guy was his dominant. Like, this guy beat up 4 supers. Apologies, my video just cut off there. Do not know what's going on. Sometimes it happens. But in any case, as I've been saying, like, you need to go watch this Broly movie. The Broly movie, the Legendary Super Saiyan, the first movie came out, I think, in 2008 or something, around about there. But yeah, I haven't watched this movie since I've been a teenager, and bruh, this guy was dominant, and he was just like pure savage. Because well, Z Broly, he basically just disrespected the Z Warriors and he just beat them up with ease, like just bodying people. Like there was a point in the movie where Goku and Piccolo attacked Z Broly, and then, well, he was dodging them with ease. And when I say with ease, I meant like real disrespectful. There have been some disrespectful moments in anime, but this has also been one of the most disrespectful moments. Dodging them with his arms crossed, with a smile on his face. A smile on his face. And if that's not disrespectful, then bruh, I do not know what is disrespectful, because he's been doing it with a smile on his face. And just to give you an idea of how savage Z Broly was, he asked Goku, how much do you love your son? Out here threatening children, bruh. Children. He was only 11 at the time. And that's not even all. Z Broly was only... He actually jumped on Goku's chest like the nigga was a trampoline. This guy was just pure brutal. He was unadulterated, pure power. You just have to watch the movie to understand that this nigga cannot get nerfed, because it's the way he was portrayed in the movie, just pure savageness. And the thing is this, like, let me just check something here quickly. Yeah, and the other thing is this, that with Z Broly, he was only defeated because of plot. That's right, plot. He would not have been defeated if it was not for plot. He would have probably killed all of them easily. And yeah, that is why I think they will not be nerfing Z Broly. And that's not the only reason why. This nigga came from the brink of death. From the brink of death to Earth, just to compete up Goku's sons once again. Oh, and one more thing. In the first movie, one of the most impressive feats that I would think that Z Broly has, he made Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, the hardest fighter in the Z Warriors, a bitch. In the first movie, Vegeta didn't even want to fight him. Vegeta was out there getting caught lacking, because he was just so afraid to fight against Z Broly, the character you see on screen at the moment. But yeah, I do not think they would nerf him, simply because he was just... the way he's in the game is just like the way he was in the movie. And then when he came back to Earth in Broly the Second Coming, which is the second movie of Broly, he came to Earth when Goten was already born, Trunks was already like 5 or 6. and Gohan was busy dating Videl. Oh, and when he came back, poor Goten. Poor Goten, and it didn't help that he looked exactly like Goku, seeing it. Broly hated Goku because of that storyline, which is probably the worst storyline I've ever heard in my life, just because Goku cried a lot. I thank God they fixed that in the Super Broly movie, which is this character we see on the screen right now. But yeah, to get back to that, it did not help that Goku looked exactly like Goku when Goku was a child. So he got the shit ripped just because he looked like Goku, and poor Trunks as well. He already beat up future Trunks in the first movie, and he thought, fuck it, I'll beat up present Trunks as well, and he fucked his shit up too. He bent Gohan's spine by kneeing him in the back and pulling his arms. Gave him a nasty big hug, which saw him explode. This nigga is Z-Broly. He is not to be played with. So I do not think they would nerf him because exactly the way he was in the movies. So I think he would probably be the same. We would even be lucky if they don't buff him. Oh, and yeah, poor Videl as well. He fucked Videl shit up. Also when he came on Earth. But that was nowhere close to the beating Videl got from Spopovich in the Boom Saga, and that was the worst beating in anime history ever. If you don't believe me, just go rewatch that part. That was one of the worst beatings ever. So I do not think that he would get nerfed. Z-Broly would get nerfed. But anything is possible. But I really do believe that we will be lucky they don't buff him. And the other person that people want to nerf is Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, which I do believe will happen because his hitbox is insane. It's too fast. With his light attacks is too fast. His jabs and that kick, where he does an all-around kick. You can't even punish that correctly because it happens so fast. But if they do nerf him, they will only give him like minor nerfs, like maybe make him a bit slower with his frame rates, and maybe decrease his hitbox. Because that's all I can think that they would nerf of Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. And another person that people want him to nerf is Gotenks. In my own personal opinion, I do believe Gotenks is fine as he is. I do not think that he needs a nerf or a buff. But maybe they will nerf him, not 100% certain. And the other thing is that they wanted Gohan Teen to get nerfed as well, which I believe should happen because there's no way you can tell me. You see the leg kick that Gohan does, that leg kick of him. Yeah. Now, I do not know if this was made on purpose like this, or if they just made a mistake. Because when you do the EX kick with Gohan, the EX legs kick, yeah, and then you can just be mashing square off the opponent is blocked it, and it will still be getting him. Like, I do not understand why that is as is. So I really do think that they would nerf him, and his damage output is crazy, very, very crazy. And well, I'm not gonna talk about each and every single character because this video will just be way too long for that. But if you want me to do a part 2 on the characters that I haven't mentioned in this video, you can just leave me a comment down below. And the person that I also believe that is correct as is Jiren now. I know a lot of people will disagree with me because of his counter move that can counter everything. Look, Jiren is not a very good character to play with. He doesn't have a lot of moves. He doesn't portray the same aggressiveness that he portrayed in the Tournament of Power in the anime. So just I think they should just leave Jiren as is, or maybe a slight buff, because he's not that good at all. Yeah, but I think that we do it for all the nerfs. But now I want to talk about people that I think is gonna get buffed and people that I want to get buffed. First of the people I think is gonna get buffed is Fused Zamasu and Goku Black. And basically, I do believe that is the only two characters that they will buff. With like, not like the only two characters they're gonna buff. The only two characters they're gonna buff immensely, because even though Zamasu's output of damage is insane, it's just that there's no way. There is no way that they can make Zamasu that weak. So I do believe that Zamasu and Goku Black would get buffed immensely. And now the people that I want buffed is mostly characters that out there. Probably like Super Broly deserves a buff. Like with Z-Broly has armor on many things. He has armor on the train that he does. He has armor on his grab. He has armor on his front down. That's one of the moves that has armor. And his attack, his Ki Blast attack has armor on it. His 2H has armor on it. His medium attack has armor on it. It's just that this guy's just insane. His heavy attack has armor on it. His overhead has armor on it. Broly has armor on a lot of things. So I do believe that Super Broly also deserves to get that type of buff, because yeah, Super Broly also deserves a type of buff. Maybe get a buff on his grab, his ears grab, his down back and circle, and his front and circle grab also where he gives you the hit. But I do believe that also deserves to get the buff. Not a buff, but like at least a bit of armor. And yeah, if they give armor to those two attacks, I do believe that Super Broly would be a more chosen character, as I would say. But I do believe that he deserves to get that buffs. And but I also would like, who I also would like buffed for real is Beerus. Now, the reason why I say Beerus is because I believe that he is a god of destruction, and he hasn't shown us all the strength as proven in the manga that I have been mentioning earlier that I have read. So, yeah, I do not know about that. But if they do buff him, the only thing that I would want them to do for Beerus is give him level 7 like they did with Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, where you press 5 is for him to level up. Make it the same for Beerus, so he can level up to level 7, and give anyone her Kai. Like this time you can only give Fused Zamasu and Goku Black Kais if they're close to death. But I mean, like with full life, any person in the game, any character in the game should be able to get a Kai, and the Kai move should be a counter move. Like if they do attack and he has the stance on him and they have level 7, just grab his hand and give him a Kai that basically I would think that it would be pretty insane. Beerus would be a much more chosen character as well, like Super Broly, like I mentioned earlier, and that would actually be an insane patch buff for Beerus, and I do believe that Beerus actually deserves that buff. Yeah, and basically the only other person that I actually want buffed is probably Videl. And she's just a bit, her moves is a bit too sloppy, she's not actually a very powerful character in the anime as well, so I do not believe that they should make her moves more powerful. I just believe that they maybe should make her a bit faster to react to from certain attacks, like certain moves take too much time for you to recover from, and I do believe that Videl should be a bit faster though. And one last person that also needs a buff is Kefla. Kefla needs not actually just a buff, she needs something new, like a new technique, new move, something that just maybe like gives her like armor on something, maybe the down back and circle, the one where she punches the floor. I do not know the move's name, but that move, that could probably be a good one as well. And the down back and X on the PlayStation 4, which is on the Xbox, is where she basically dashes to the back of you, and I do believe that it takes a bit too long to recover from that. So basically, if she could recover from it a bit faster after the patch buff, that would also be very good. Yeah, I think that would do it for all the people that I want buffed, all the nerves that I've covered. Even though I haven't covered all the characters, you can just leave a comment down below which characters you also want me to have comments on. But other than that, I think that should be it. Talking about the patch. Now, also what I want to be talking about is that the creator of Dragon Ball FighterZ also said that they are working on getting guard cancel for the A as well. I do not use guard cancel a lot, so that doesn't actually mean that much to me, but it means a lot to a lot of other people, and whether it's a good or bad thing, I do not know. That's basically all they said. But one other thing that was also mentioned was that there's going to be a tournament after the patch. I believe it's going to be after the patches. An official Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament, a worldwide tournament as I understand it. I would let you know again if I get more information on that, but as I understand it, it would be a world tournament, and finally a Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament I can enter. I hope. I'm gonna get my hopes up again, because if I cannot get into this tournament, it's the third tournament that I've heard of that I cannot enter, and I haven't entered this tournament as of yet. So I would like to do that, but there's another tournament also coming at the end of August. I do not know if that is the same tournament that she was talking about, the worldwide tournament. I really have no idea. I've scoured the internet, went far, went wide, and I could not find any news on a FighterZ Season 4 pass. But now, what I would like to also talk about is the fact that they haven't mentioned it after they talked about the patch. So what I think that may happen is that after the tournament, or maybe the beginning of the tournament, they're gonna probably announce a Season 4, which will see 5 new characters introduced to Dragon Ball FighterZ, and they do not actually need the anime series to continue to add new characters, because there's abundance of characters to choose from. Like they could take Machu from GT, they can take a person that I really want in this game is Super Android 17, also from GT. They could even add Charlotte, because Charlotte is Toriyama's favorite character that he didn't create, from Dragon Ball Legends. they could add Omega Shenron up in here. And basically they do have an abundance of characters to choose from. They can even decide to go to heroes, add Kamba, add Fu, and all those crazy, and Hearts and all the other people, yeah. But basically, I believe they have a bunch of characters to choose from if they do decide to go for a season 4, which we will only know once they do announce it. They may be also not gonna announce a season 4, maybe after the tournament, or maybe before the tournament they will be announcing Dragon Ball Super Fighters. That would be cool as well, because it will be a Fighter Z2, and then they could rebuild the game from the ground up, and they could make the netcode better, even though they did say they're gonna try to fix the netcode, but the netcode won't be fixed in the next patch. And basically when she said that, that's when I actually thought that yeah, they're gonna have a season 4, because if you're not gonna continue the game like another season 4, why would you want to patch the netcode if you can just rebuild a new game, a new Fighter Z game from the ground up, and fix the netcode from the beginning already? And the netcode is basically the only thing that's still keeping this game back. Even with the netcode problems, this game was 3 years in a row #1 fighting game. So yeah, I do think that maybe they're gonna put in a season 4 because of what she said, that they're gonna try to improve the netcode, but it won't be in this patch, it will probably be in the patch after that. So that's what I hope for, and I really do enjoy this game. And I know I haven't been posting a lot of ranked match videos lately. I'm trying to take a break from ranked at the moment, but I will be back soon streaming videos. Maybe it won't be ranked, maybe it will just be a few ring matches, but I will be streaming some videos as well, trying to get other streamers as well on board, so that I can stream I can stream the videos when I play against them, or maybe we can go against a raid boss, I do not know. But until that time, guys, it has been fun, it has been real, and I'll see you when I see you.